Good morning.
Morning.
Oh my goodness.
Coffee.
Well, yeah, I'm adjusting chair. But it is funny. The kids are actually sat in here just now, and they both, two of the three, wanted to be in the vlog. But Lydia Rose, our oldest, 6.5, is also loosely filming her own documentaries at the moment. Do you think we enjoy filming? So I've gone. But it was getting complicated.
There are two things that our kids have picked up in the last 6.5 years of them being on the planet, or one of them is can I make a documentary? We do a lot of filming, and also can we play photo shoots today?
Yeah. One of their go-to games is photo shoots. Now we don't know if that's good or bad.
We have our brand photographer Amy that we love to pieces, and every few months she comes.
I'll tag her. Let's tag Amy.
Every few months she does a little brand refresh for us with some new images, which is amazing. But the kids have been brought up around that, so they think that's the norm, and it's like, oh no, this isn't the norm. But carry on, guys. It's really funny.
What was I going to say about? So we did her documentary. We put it on YouTube for like family and friends. It's not open to everyone yet, but she keeps going, Daddy, how many subscribers I've got? How many views have I had? And I'm like, oh no, note to parents, note to parents.
Inwardly a little bit proud though, right?
Yeah, a little bit proud, but don't get caught up on the metrics, darling. Or do, Actually, our thoughts are do, but we'll save that for another one. Don't get caught up on it, but be aware of it.
Be aware of your metrics. Right, so today, it was kind of spurred on a little bit by yesterday, with our day yesterday, which spiralled a little bit in terms of feral kids, and the fact that stuff didn't get done on my list as much as I wanted it done, even though we kind of tag teamed with our timings a little bit. And then 2 minutes before a call with another business person.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten about this. Yeah, this is 100% correct.
We were getting ourselves ready, the office was ready, we'd primed the kids, they were quiet, computer was ready, we were good to go. Scream from the living room, and middle child had dropped the youngest child down.
When you say dropped, do you mean drop kicked?
Drop kicked, and he had fallen between the sofa and the TV cabinet and sliced his head. And the first thing I was like, oh crap! I just, because we obviously don't really want to be going to A&E right now. Luckily, it was more blood than it was cut, and I was like, okay, good. And then, but delayed our start with our call. Understandably, there wasn't a problem there, but things didn't go to plan, and that kind of was a really good catalyst for today's post as well, and the post that we launched this morning about the fact that how you manage your time at home during lockdown and during this crisis is very wildly different to how you manage your time in a standard day in the life of your business. And there's nothing right or wrong. And if you are managing it...
Well, we need a backstory here, I feel.
Do we?
Well, kind of come in from the side story. So... Yeah, I mean, Emily's going to go on to some thoughts about and hints and tips about this in a minute. But there's a few things we've got to think. So we've seen, quite a few friends on social media going, I'm now working from home, my kids are at home, I've got no childcare. How do I do this? I'm working till 10:30 at night.
And this doesn't just mean just kids. This could be your lockdown partner.
Yeah.
Anything that's completely different to what you've already been doing in your life.
I think that's the key word, different, isn't it? And funny enough, I will come back to my point. We were talking about safe spaces yesterday. Now, I always think there's sort of statistically 3 safe spaces in your life. There's your home, your work, if you leave your premises to go to work, and then kind of your hobbies, going for a run, going to the gym. And when it's a bit more challenging is when none of those safe spaces are feeling safe. And I'm not talking about harm to you. Yeah. I'm talking about you're having arguments with your other half, or you're not enjoying work, or you're not doing your hobby. And all of a sudden, one of those 3 safe, or 2 of those 3 safe spaces technically have been removed. So it is a very challenging time. Anyway, my point being is, we've got a few friends on social media who are sort of expressing they are finding it challenging, and actually, I think one of the things Emily and I can bring to the table is this is how we've worked for 6 years, and I don't mean that in a smug way. I mean that in a we can help way, and there is an element of you've just got to get on with it. That personal time you used to think you had doesn't exist anymore. But actually, there are some things you can do. And we've always struggled with, Emily's going to come back to time blocking, we've always struggled with the normal concept of time blocking, but we've got our kind of own spin on that.
Can you put this on me?
We can in a minute, Ben. We're just filming, bud, so we'll come out and put that funnel on you in a moment.
Just one video would be good to have, no walk-ins.
Where do you want me to put it?
On my thing.
It's a funnel for round ice cubes.
I want it on one of them.
It won't fit.
Okay, guys.
We'll come back in a minute, mate. I'll sort it out, all right?
For us, darling.
Pull the door through for me.
this being a prime example of what we're about to talk about, actually. So
Pull door to Ben, please.
Thanks, babe. I absolutely love time blocking and how businesses and business owners are able to time block efficiently. And if you are a solopreneur, you will probably do this better than sort of in a big...
You know the time blocking king, don't you? Hugh Grant in About a Boy. His whole life was time blocked.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, that's a really good...
I meant to say it the other day. It entered my head
really good enough.
Yeah, the opening scene from Hugh Grant is about how organised his life is. Yeah.
And I love the ideology of having a beautifully colour-coded schedule out where you know every second of every minute of every hour of every day, you know exactly where you are in the world and what you're doing. And in principle, the time blocking method it's incredible. It is incredible, isn't it? It's like if you have a big task list...
Well, it allows you to be efficient and focus where you need to focus and not
absolutely.
overly focus.
And to an extent, we still time block. Don't get us wrong. We have Alan... We'll talk about loads about the fact that we are Apple users and we use our devices. We have two Macs, we have 2 iPhones, we have Apple TV. We have a very big Apple ecosystem, and we use the calendar sharing, and we use the iCloud reminder. We use everything in that.
Everything's synced and shared
because it shares between the two of us. And if you look at our calendar, and I'm happy to do a screenshot of our calendar one day. It is very time that we have. We have multiple businesses, we have personal lives, we have all that kind of stuff, my personal stuff, your personal stuff, and it's all colour-coded.
Kids' hobbies, dance class.
And you can see very clearly those chunks of time where stuff has to get done. That's perfect. However, what it doesn't ever account for is the stuff in between.
Well, I say they're the things where the times aren't compromisable. You can't compromise. Is that times aren't compromisable?
They can't compromise because they are static. They have to be done and they have to be delivered at those particular times. So we cannot stray away from that. The rest of it, as Alan calls it, all that grey area, we don't ever time block because it is not feasible. If you are a human being with real life stuff going on, and I said to this in the post today, reality at the moment in your homes is that you're not running your normal life. Whether you've got kids at home and you're homeschooling and you are dealing with kids with bleeding heads and all that kind of stuff, or you are dealing with the fact that you have your partner at home and you have a shared space and you're trying to find that kind of that routine where you can both work in harmony together. Whether you're by yourself at home and you literally wake up in the morning and you're like, oh crap, you know, I just want to watch Netflix all day. Things change in your system, and your home is your safe space, and that's what Adam was saying about your 3 things there. Your home is your safe space, and all of a sudden your home is now your workspace, and you're going to start resenting that workspace.
I was, funny enough, I was thinking about it. It's not compromised, it's different.
Yeah.
It's changed, and it's allowing it time to change and working out now how to realign things for yourself.
But it goes then with the whole homeschooling thing, in the fact that this is not your kids' school if you have kids at home. This is not your kids' school. This is their home. This is their sanctuary. And now you are trying to change that environment to fit something completely different to what they know, and it's just not reality. If you're managing to time block every second of every day, amazing. However, the way I approach it and you approach it is what we've now started to do is create a massive task list. We use the task function on our phones. I'm actually a pen and paper girl. Even though I still use all the digital stuff.
Well, use that for your daily.
My daily, I bullet journal and I write things down, mainly because it goes into my brain a little bit better than when I'm typing it. I will still use the functions on my phone and I'll still share with Alan.
And we all learn differently. Yeah. That's proven as kids.
But what I will tend to do is I'll plan out my week and I'll put all the tasks that I want to get done and I'll sort of schedule across. But I will give chunks of time that I want to give to that project, or that project, more so than going at 11 o'clock I'm doing this, at 11:15 I'm doing this, at this time I'm doing this, because it's just not reality, because things change in your day to day. And if you don't achieve it, then you start getting resentful because you're not being productive. And then it's that cycle of like mental state going, well, I'm not getting anything done at home, what am I going to do? So we get the tasks that we want done in the day. We don't worry about what time of day it's being done, but we'll shift it to the evening. We'll shift it first thing. You do LinkedIn in the mornings, first thing in the morning before the kids are awake. We'll work to whatever.
Well, I was on LinkedIn at 6:30 this morning, publishing our daily vlog. But last night we were still working at 9:30, 9:45, weren't we? After the kids were in bed, I was scheduling emails to be released at 9:30 this morning, so I didn't have to do them this morning because 9:30 I'll be editing today's vlog, and the kids will be getting dressed, whatever. Well, we're not doing any work this week, are we? Because technically still
outside of this situation, time blocking is amazing, and I would say, go for it as much as you can.
I had another analogy actually to kind of, well, it's
Sun's really,
I know,
Sun's
you'll be overly exposed today.
Sorry.
It's one of those things. it took me years to work on this, and basically it boils down to I like structure, I don't like routine. The way I've always explained this is I like doing exercise and I like to structure my exercise. And a good example could be I want to go on 3 runs a week, for example. I'm not at the moment. I'm doing little hits and other things in the garden, but I like to go on 3 runs a week. Routine would be I go to the gym Monday 6 a.m, Wednesday 6 a.m, Thursday 6 a.m. That wouldn't work for me because I don't like routine. I like structure. So, and that's what we're saying. The routine is kind of the time blocking. It's not going to work at the moment.
But it might work.
It might. Look, if it works for you, fab. We're not saying it's wrong. There's none of that. But what might work is a bit of structure, and that structure could be, okay, I need to get these 5 things done today. It might be that I'm still doing them at 10 a.m, or it might be that your partner at home or your kids or whatever is taking up your time that's not normally taking up your time is allowing you to do it, and you're like, right, I'm gonna smash it all out. So that's it. You may need to approach it differently. I want to come back to my safe space thing, because for me that was always, like, I remember, and Emily won't mind me saying this, like when I was employed and I was not enjoying my job and we were arguing a lot at that for whatever reason at that time, I remember being so down, right, really challenged, and it dawned on me that I didn't have that safe space to kind of compartmentalize against the other thing and process the bit I wasn't enjoying. So think about your safe space. What is that? Is it, let's be honest, is it on the loo? Is it in the garden? Is it, I need 20 minutes? Is it, kids, just sit here, watch, what's your favourite cartoon? I don't care if it's going to benefit you, watch that. Is it, okay, partner, I need to go and sit in the bedroom and read my book for half an hour. Think about that safe space that just allows you to compartmentalise and adjust.
That's actually one thing we're going to do today. So we'd always said at the very beginning of this lockdown that the kitchen would be our sanctuary, and that'd be the one room that stays clean, tidy, uncluttered. We can go in there if the kids are doing us go mental. We can go into the kitchen.
Can you hear the kids go? They're running. I don't know if you can hear the footsteps. They're running.
However,
around.
and we're all the same. And if you're not, then I want to know what your secret is. The office is a state.
Every room's a state. Every room's a state.
The kids' conservatory toy room is a state.
Evans was talking about that the other day, how this whole house, Chris Evans is now living like teenagers.
So you walk from room to room to room, and there's a constant reminder that we're in this together at the moment, and oh my goodness, actually we're going to spend a couple of hours today kind of sorting out this room and the kitchen.
A couple of hours? 20 minutes? Come on, let's draw a line under today.
So make sure that we have that place we can go to.
Yes.
I'm going to stop because I'm getting blinded. I can't believe this is beautiful weather, but where is this coming from?
It's like 3 degrees outside. There was a frost, wasn't it? Okay, thank you very much. Have an amazing day. Think about structure rather than routine. Think about setting goals rather than time blocking. Think about your safe space. Those 3 big learning points. I think they're all linked, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, take care. Bye.
Bye.